Nisargadatta, his guru, Siddha Rameshwar. I hope I didn't butcher his name too bad. In any case, he told him to just focus on this I am, you see. And that meditation of just I am, you see, that Swami that I mentioned before. Alan, do you know how to pronounce his name?
No, but that sounded good to me.
That's Swami guy, disciple of Ramana's. He said that behind everything, every thought, there is this I am the body. I am the body. And you see, when you say I am the body, of course, it includes the mind. I am the body, mind. And with that, what's happening is that is like your ticket to the Maya. Then you can enter the world of make-believe. I am the body, I am the body. What you see, there is a sense of I am before the mind gets involved and adds its flavor to it, you see. I am the body, I am the mind, I am these thoughts, I am these feelings, I am doing this, I am doing that. Before all that, there's just I am, just a clean I am with a blank space after. I am silence, I am stillness, I am, and all the other stuff that gets added on when you have established yourself in identity, just any identity really, you see? Any identity is part of the dream. Because in that I amness, in that presence, in that sense of being, no one is there. Nothing is there. There's just a simple, it's almost like if you could imagine a hum. It's just a steady hum. It never ends. It never begins. It just runs through everything. There's like a vibration that just continues. It's a continuum. It never stops. It always goes. Anyhow, this is that space. I'm trying to put into words something that cannot possibly be put into words, but I think everyone here can feel what it is I'm talking about, because it's something that we all share all of the time, is this just sense of pure being, of pure presence, of just without anything added to it, just a sense of being. None of the words are going to work, but I think they're pointing you in a direction where there's some familiarity with what I'm talking about. And you remind yourself of this, of that sense of being that predates all of the things that you have added onto it through the course of your life. Because you see, this is not your life. This is a life. This is a body, certainly. This is a mind. These are thoughts. These are feelings. These are actions. But all this is a totally different world, a world apart, a world of make-believe where there's a sense of separation that is not who you are. But who you are is always very close by. It's always with you. There's always that constant hum of being, of existing, of no word fits. And you see, so whenever you identify with anything, you put yourself in a position of being separate. You see, that which you are is everything. And there's no sense of identifying with it because it's everything. What are you going to identify with? There's no handholds there to discriminate what is and what isn't, and what you are and what you're not. None of that applies anymore. It's just a constant hum of being, and it's with you now, and it's with you always, and it has never not been there. And you see, right now, you're looking at it from the point of view of separation. Okay, you're looking at it from the point of view that you are looking at it, you see, and that it is something, and that you are something, you see, and all of this is misconceived, and it's just something that keeps this play, this Maya, whatever you want to call it, this dream, it keeps it going, and it has its own motion, but that has nothing to do with you. And this is the important thing, that none of this in this life, none of the motions and the emotions and the thoughts and all of the actions and occurrences and perceptions and sensations, all of these are just a part of the mechanics of the dream. They just keep the dream working, you see. The dream has certain things that keep it functioning. It moves through time. It moves through space. But really, you see, what I keep reminding you is that your home is in the silence and in the stillness. Okay? Now, the focus on the body-mind is a focus on movement. You see? It's not still. There's always stuff going on. Every moment of your life, the heart is beating. That's a movement going on. And the thoughts just come one after another, after another, after another. They never end, it seems. But they only last as long as the body. So you don't have to worry about it. They just go on, but they're not who you are. And we were raised to believe that we are this body-mind, that our actions, the actions of the body-mind, are our actions, you see? And all of that is a dream. Nothing more and nothing. That's all it is. And when you establish yourself in the truth of it, that this is a dream, and when you rest in that sense of presence, that what Maharaj called I am, in that sense of being, when you rest in that, the rest of this can go on, the dream, as it wants to. But you know that it has nothing to do with you. There is no more of that sense that you are the body, that you are these thoughts, and that you are doing something. This is the great thing that leads you into full dreaming, the notion that you are doing something. You see, who can do something Who is that who does something? Nothing is happening here. There's stillness and silence. There's static in the background, which you call your life. And when you call it your life, that static becomes the foreground. And that's all that you can see. Because when you give yourself to the mind, you give yourself to the world of distinctions. That which you are is everything. Baba said, God dwells within you as you. God dwells within you as you. God is everything. God has no distinctions because it's everything. It's the good, that's bad, it's all of it. God is everything. The mind is not into everything. The mind is into something, this and that. The mind is looking at this and that. The mind's evaluating this and that. When you give yourself to the mind, when you let the mind be in charge of your life, then you live in the world of distinctions, and it veils that everythingness that you are, and you live in that cloud of believing that you are something. When you are everything, something does not apply. When you think of yourself as separate, then there's this and that. Then there's something and nothing. And then you see the dream goes on. So that's all right. But for all of us here, there is a way for you to live in peace, complete peace always. And it's very, 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 very simple. It's actually so simple that you can't do it, because whatever you do is a process of separate, that requires separation. It requires the dreamer to dream. This is not something to be done. It's something that's already going on. And the best thing that can happen is that you simply recognize it. And you will recognize it when this sense of me and this sense of yourself in separation no longer holds sway with you. It no longer is something that is convincing to you. You see? Right now you're pretending to be someone. It's a habit. It's been going on for a long time, and you were raised to believe it, and you've done a good job. But really, all of you have heard what I have to say. All of you have heard all the words and the concepts. And by now, this living in identification with yourself as an individual, with your thoughts and feelings and actions, should no longer be convincing to you. It shouldn't be. I mean, how could you be convinced that you are something when in fact what you are is everything? I don't know. You want to ask yourself, how is it that this world seems real to you, that it holds sway with you? How is it that you have given yourself to your mind, that you have let your mind be in charge of you? You see, there's one thing to have a mind. There's another thing to be a mind. A mind is a very convenient thing to have in this world. It will help you through a great deal of functioning in this virtual reality. So, no problem with that. But why in the world would you give yourself to the mind? Why would you allow the mind to be in charge?